over in record time. Half a mile an hour faster than last time and champion for another year.
Well, welcome back to By George. Today I'm standing in Russell Terrace at the top of Berhampore. This is the start line for the Houghton Bay Hill climb. The Wellington Car Club ran the Houghton Bay Hill climb from 1954 to 1984. The first event was won by Bob Gibbons in an 1100cc Cooper. Second was Alan Freeman in a 500cc Jappa Cooper.
This year, strong competition to champion Bob Gibbons and his Cooper 1100 comes from Dick Campbell's smaller car and the big Cooper Climax driven by Ron Frost.
Okay, the start line was right about where this lamppost is here. So you were off up here. None of this used to be on the left-hand side. And then there you had the caretaker's house, that's the driveway, the caretaker was there. And this was called Caretaker's Corner.
3.5 seconds, that is 51.5 miles an hour. But now Frost is ready to tackle it in the Cooper Climax. Even as Frost reaches the corner, Gibbons backs in to start.
And these corners used to be a little bit tighter than they are now. The road was opened up around about the time we stopped getting it. And then this corner was quite a bit sharper. One of the last events we had, Ian Taylor ended up in the middle of that because that had just been put in there. And you've got quite a good crank on up here, and this corner here, which was not quite as wide, and this corner was a lot sharper.
Even as Frost reaches the corner,
this was fast through here, but then this next corner here on the left-hander was quite a bit tighter than it is now. Brian Harvey went straight down there, and there used to be pine trees down there. And this corner was much sharper, and this is where everybody used to go off, over the bank here. Dick Butters rolled an Anglia here.
Okay, yep.
Peter Ziv, Terry Huxford, they all went down there that I know of. And then the straight up here was another area where some of the more powerful cars could really get a crank on, because you didn't have to button off by using that side of the road and then cutting the corner through here, up into here, and then finish line was right there, was the finish line.
At the finishing line,
and then you had to jump on the brakes hard because we used to put drums across the road here because this road was open. But you know, and we used to use this side of the road right down here as the car park for the pit area at the top.
he's over in record time. Half a mile an hour faster than last time and champion for another year.
That's a quick look at the Houghton Bay Hill climb, thanks to the Wellington Car Club and a special thanks to Mike Galvin. Mike and I were talking about my previous video on the Palmer Head Hill climb, and he pointed out in the very early days that the Palmer Head Hill climb actually went another 300 metres up the hill and back and up to this car park at the top of the hill here. It's just by the radar station, if you know that. It must have made a very impressive hill climb, because it would have been quite long in that format. I guess they only stopped that when they built the houses at the end of the road here. So special thanks to Mike for all the help on that. The Wellington Car Club website has all archive material. Their magazines are all archived on their website and they're free to view. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, tick like, tick subscribe. More videos coming along very soon.
Competition to champion Bob Gibbons and his Cooper 1100 comes from Dick Campbell's smaller car and the big Cooper Climax driven by Ron Frost. They race against the stopwatch only, one car at a time. A special contact switch under the front wheel starts the stopwatch at takeoff. Things move fast. Many stock cars are entered, but it's soon obvious the racing cars will be out front. Gibbons' present hill record for the 5/8 of a mile is 43.5 seconds. That is 51.5 miles an hour. But now Frost is ready to tackle it in the Cooper Climax. Even as Frost reaches the corner, Gibbons backs in to start. finishing line, Frost is just too late. Now Gibbons. 4 times Gibbons won here. Every bend's familiar, every corner known. He's over in record time. Half a mile an hour faster than last time and champion for another year.